No, Adrian Peterson's a different specimen.
Because he tore his shit, came back and got a rushing title.
Yeah, he's a different specimen.
Like,
but you just look at the history of ACL injuries in any sport now. Like nowadays, it's just not like a death sentence no more.
No. I think the Achilles is.
Yeah. Now Kevin Durant is what I'm worried about.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I want to talk to him. I want to talk about
there.
that. But yeah, Klay's ACL injury, I'm not too worried about. I think he's gonna have the surgery. He's gonna come back. He's gonna rehab. He's gonna be just as good as he is now. I'm not too worried about that one there. As long as they don't rush him back. That's the main thing. You can't rush him back. And I know, he's a competitor. And he wants to get out and back on the basketball court as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. But I just pray that Golden State doesn't rush him back and or whatever team he's on next year doesn't rush him back. And I think first of all, I think Golden State resigns him. I think he gets the max with Golden State.
Wow.
To stay there.
Think so?
Yeah, hell yeah. You don't play around with that. So yeah, I'm not too worried about him. He'll be back. I would probably say if I think he stays on Golden State, and then even without Klay, I think Golden State could still be a playoff team. I think maybe not. They're not going to be number 1, number 2, number 3 no more probably, but I think they could still be like a 6th, 7th, or 8th seed in there with Steph Curry and Draymond and whoever else they're able to bring in. And I think he'd be fine. I think he'd be just fine. Like you said, defensively, he had to. The main thing with that, he's just had to get comfortable, like trusting his knee.
Yeah.
Once he has a surgery, once he rehabs, he just has to be comfortable trusting his knee. And then once he gets over that mind hurdle, he'll be okay. So I'm not too worried about him. He's still going to get paid.
All right.
Kevin Durant.
Oh,
that's another beast.
I got you.
Those Achilles injuries is no joke.
Yeah, so
now I can name several players with Achilles injuries that have not looked the same, and we've seen one in Golden State with DeMarcus Cousins.
Yep,
because that Achilles, that right now, just seems like the sport's death penalty, and it sucks. It fucking sucks, man. Like when the shit happened, did you see the video of it happening?
Yeah, the little calf muscle bloop thing.
Yeah, that was his Achilles tearing and rolling up into his. So when your Achilles pop, you can see it and it just like kind of rolls up into your calf because that's what like attaches like your ankle to your calf is the Achilles tendon. So when you see it happen, you can see just like how it exploded in his leg. It's like, oh my God. First of all, when he initially got hurt against you guys, the first thing I said was like, yeah, against you guys.
I mean, not everybody knows.
That's fair. Okay, so against the Houston Rockets, when he first got hurt, I instantly said, "Yo, that's an Achilles."
I remember that you did say that.
That's an Achilles. Like and then they came home. Oh no, it's a strained calf. I'm like, fuck out of here. That's not no strained calf. I strained my calf before. You know,
it ain't look like that.
Yeah, I was able to play basketball the next day. Like, come on, that wasn't no fucking strained calf. Now, so instantly I knew it was an Achilles. Now, I didn't think it was a complete tear. I thought maybe he sprained his Achilles. But then when they were saying that, okay, he's going to he missed the rest of the Rockets series and he missed all of the Portland series. I was like, oh yeah, he probably didn't strain his Achilles. He probably like has a slight tear in his Achilles. And I'm thinking that's what happened.
I'm pretty sure they cleared any thoughts of a tear in an Achilles. They would not have let him play.
I disagree.
With a slight tear, with a rub, with a one half of a strain slightly thinner than the others, they wouldn't have let him play.
I'm telling you, I'm not a team doctor. I don't know officially.
Right.
I've seen football players play with slightly torn Achilles. Like one of the players that comes to mind and personally hits home for me was in Baltimore. We had Elvis Dumervil. And he had slightly torn his Achilles, but he played the rest of the season. And then in the offseason, he had surgery. And then they finally admit, and it's the same thing. They was listing it as like a lower leg injury. They didn't disclose it. Mm-hmm. But he had a slightly torn Achilles, and they finally admitted it. I think eventually, like probably later on next year or next season, they'll probably say, oh, yeah, he had slightly torn Achilles. And I think they tried to rehab it as much as possible. And they did all that they could. And, he wanted to get out there for his boys, man. Like they was down 2-1 at this point. He want to come out and he want to play. Or was it 3-1? It's down 3-1. Yeah, you're right. It's down 3-1. So yeah, this is now or never. And he tried to come out and do it. And he's doing his pregame dances and shit.
Oh yeah, he was back.
He looked good in shooter.
He was back.
So then he came out and he
played well.
He looked good. Now
he played well.
I'll tell you,
the team played well
in that game. This is game 5. So in that game, Kevin Durant, the shots that he made was kind of just like step in, pull up threes. Mm-hmm. You did
back-to-back threes.
Right. I think he had 3 in a row, right?
It might have been. I know for sure it was back-to-back.
Yeah. You did not see any type of like major cutting or trying to like get to the rim or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And as soon as he tried to do a move, pop this shit. It's literally like, think about it. As soon as he tried to do like one of those like his typical KD moves, that's when he popped his Achilles. So it wasn't fully there. I think that shit was like hanging on by a thread, and he tried to do that move and it popped, man.
Yo, it's funny because I remember my boy. We was hooping one time and he was like, "Yeah, I'm back, man. I'm feeling good, you know." And he got a dunk that game. He was like, "Yeah, I'm back. I'm feeling good." And then like, I think maybe like 20 minutes later, while we was playing, he ended up tearing something in his knee. So maybe that's what that was for KD. Like maybe like he knew he was hurt, but he kind of felt all right. At one point, he was like, "Yo, I'm feeling good. I'm straight."
Yeah.
And then tried to do something without thinking about it, and then boop. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But now I just see it as unlucky basketball play. I don't see it as, you know, oh, Warriors shouldn't have had him out there. I don't see it as, oh, he shouldn't have. I don't see it as none of that. I just see it as he knew he was less than healthy, less than 100%, but he had to get out there for his team. You know, he was kind of like in a bad situation either way, because if he doesn't get out there and then they lose, everyone blames him for not trying to play. Then if he plays and they lose, at least it's like, oh, well, you know, at least he tried for him, but, you know, they really don't need him because they was going to lose anyway. Well, you know how people are with those type of things. I just saw it as a unfair basketball play for him. It sucks that move may have potentially cost him millions of dollars. Who knows? I don't know. What do you think he does? Do you think he takes his player option? He has a player option for I think it's $30-something million. It's not. I got a list on here, but it's not on here.
$35 million.
He's not on here for some reason.
$35 million for his player option with the Warriors.
So he has a player option that he can opt into and then be an unrestricted free agent after. Or do you think that a team, even though he's going to almost guaranteed to be out the entire year, do you think a team gives him the bag on a max deal?
So KD, like we just talked about Klay, and I told you I'm not worried about Klay. KD I am worried about, and I don't.
That's a whole different beast.
I don't like believing reports that just instantly come out. Like the report came out that, okay, teams are not going to treat this KD injury as if anything else is different. They're still going to offer him max money, blah, blah, blah.
Right. To me, that just doesn't sound smart.
It doesn't sound at all. So it's not like I'm pretty sure that Kevin Durant can recover from this injury. My thing is he's going to be the same player that we know Kevin Durant to be? Now, with your Achilles, that takes away a lot of your explosiveness. And you look at KD's game. How would you describe KD's game? How would you describe Kevin Durant's basketball game?
Like a gazelle. That shit is just lengthy and just floats. And
would you say that he relies on athleticism a lot?
I don't think so. I don't think I would say athleticism really. I mean, he takes some people off the dribble, but I mean, not that often. Not often enough to where he can't change his game.
So that's what I was thinking.
The only thing is that I don't want him to become a more highly skilled Carmelo Anthony and then end up getting fizzled out of the game because his game doesn't allow him to be what he was. You know what I'm saying? Like do you see what I'm saying there?
Yeah, I feel you. I think like the thing with KD, what made KD great was that he's a 7-foot tall player that can do guard shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like take you off the dribble and then pull up from midi, or, you know, come up this court, you know, come up the court with the ball, bring the ball up the court, and then drill a three in your face. You're not off the dribble or some shit. Mm-hmm. Get to the rim at any point in time that he wanted to, because he always had that threat. So I do think his game is going to be affected. with this Achilles injury.
Hands down.
I think that that aspect of the game where he's able to take you off the dribble and explode to the rim and go dunk the ball or something like that. I think you may be seeing a little less of that, and I think he's going to have to alter his game. Carmelo Anthony, I wasn't thinking Carmelo. I was thinking more of like a Dirk style type of play or game, where I think he's going to be more of a post up player. And I think he's going to be more like I think you expect more like fadeaways, that sort of like that Dirk fadeaway. I still think that the shot's going to be there. I still think his 3-point shot's going to be there. I think his shot in general is going to be there. He can get a shot over anybody. But his that explosiveness, like being able to take anybody off the dribble, I think that aspect of his game is going to be kind of tarnished from this point forward. And I honestly don't think we're going to be seeing the same KD from this point forward, and it's very unfortunate, man.
Yeah. I'm
hoping I'm wrong, because KD, he's not young anymore either. He's 30 years old. 30 was he 31? 30 or 31 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not necessarily a young man anymore. And the modern medicine, they're going to get him healthy. It's just that with this ruptured Achilles, I just don't think we are going to see the same KD that we have known and loved over these last 12, 13, or however many years he's been in the league.
Yeah. See, the only reason why I said Melo as an example is just because Melo could kind of do the things that KD does, but he don't got the handle like KD at all. But he could still, take somebody in a half court setting at will almost. I'm talking about like the New York Knicks version. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why. When I thought of Carmelo, I thought of like that type of thing. I don't think a Dirk-esque type of thing would be it for him, because that would be more set, like literally set. Like I'm either catching the ball in the post directly for a turnaround shot, or I'm catching it at somewhere on the wing and shooting it. Dirk has zero dribble. Like at least KD has a dribble.
Hold on, but
it'll just be a lot worse.
Think about Dirk when was it 2011 when they won the championship?
Mm-hmm.
Like he didn't. Okay, don't get me wrong. He maybe not. I'm not saying like the dribble game of Dirk. I'm talking about his like overall game where like Dirk can get to a spot. You know what I'm saying? It's just not like he put the ball on the floor, it's instant rip. Like he's going to get to a spot. I think KD's going to have to pick and choose his spots now, like kind of what Dirk was doing, where he'd drive you to that high post and do that pull away, that fade away, fall away shot. Mm-hmm. Or now when it's like his threes isn't no more, I'm going to take you off the dribble. It's more of maybe like jab step or one dribble pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm thinking that's what I mean by like, I think he's going to have to transition his game more so like that. That's what I mean by that.
Okay. So,
but to answer your original question, like, do I think like a team still signs him? Yeah, I think.
Well, yeah, no team is just gonna let him sit out there. That's just common sense. He's not gonna not be signed.
If you, I don't.
But I'm just talking about like from the KD's perspective, not from like a team's perspective. Obviously, someone's gonna offer him money. I'm just saying, should he take the 35 now, or should he opt out and then think that someone's still gonna offer him that max bid of 200 and something or whatever he's able to get now?
First of all, the only team that can give him the super max, I believe, is if he's even eligible.
He can't get a super max. That's something different.
Yeah, the team that can give him the most money is Golden State. I still think he's going to get max money. Period. For any team, I think any team's going to sign a max money. Rather it's Golden State, rather it's Brooklyn, rather it's the New York Knicks, rather it's the Lakers. Those are all the teams that seem that's interested in him the most. I think he's still going to get max money. If I had to bank on what's going to go, how this is going to play out,
mm-hmm.
I think ultimately he accepts that tender with Golden State and accepts that $35 million and stays with them or resigns with Golden State now. Because I don't like just thinking about it.
His free agency was going to literally transform the NBA.
Yeah, seriously.
To the extent of LeBron's last year. This year is Kevin Durant's year again. Like
it's going to be a power swing.
No matter who he went to, where he went to, anything, it literally defines the NBA.
Yeah.
It's going to make other players be like, okay, shit, or it's gonna be like,